Communication is made up of speech, body language, and voice tone. You will often see figures quoted when people talk about how important body language is. They usually come from Albert Mehrabian's study in the 1960s, which found that verbal communication made up only 7% of the message. While this is not true for all situations, the large majority of communication does come from body language. If you aren't aware of body language, you aren't receiving the full message. Photo of a sign which has been half eaten. So what exactly is body language? It is defined as a communication that can be seen rather than heard. It includes facial expressions, eye movements, gestures, posture, and use of space. Ever wondered whether what someone is saying matches with what they are feeling? Body language tells us. It can also help to guide the way you respond to a person, but it is only a guide. It does not tell us what the person is thinking, only what they are feeling. Remember that the look of disgust may be that they've seen a spider over your shoulder and not that they don't like what you are saying. Body language is not an exact science, but by looking at multiple areas of the body, considering the context of the situation, as well as listening to the words, you will quickly begin to understand people better. One of the first steps you need to take when trying to work out someone's hidden messages is establishing their baseline. Baseline refers to a person's normal behaviours, and they give us something to compare to. If we know a person's normal behaviours and we see something different, then we can begin to probe further. Establishing baseline also stops us from making presumptions. It is much easier to know a person's normal behaviours if you know them well, but baseline can still be used with someone you have just met. Think about meeting someone for the first time. Notice the way they gesture, stand, and look at others during introductions and small talk. Think about their speech and voice patterns. Do they have any quirks that could be interpreted as unusual? This is their baseline. You may see behaviours start to change when the topic of conversation changes. This can mean that they are having some sort of reaction, negative or positive, to what is being discussed. Remember, nerves can impact on a person's behaviour, such as in a job interview. Make sure you pay attention to context when you're considering whether this is true baseline behaviour. The final point to remember is that the normal behaviours that you see when determining baseline can still be used as cues. They shouldn't be completely ignored, as they can become either more or less pronounced during interactions. Homework task. Your task for today is to try and establish baseline for those you interact with. Post in the Challenge Facebook group one baseline behaviour that you noticed. This could be of someone you know well, or someone you have just met, or even something that you do. Thanks for listening. Bye.